Hey, I'm Jonathan with Acoustic Sounds in Salina, Kansas, and today we're going to be going over the new releases for October 25th, 2024. New from Analogue Productions, the Ray Brown Trio, Solar Energy, and this is a 2LP 45 RPM edition, mastered from the original Analogue master tape by Kevin Gray at Coherent Audio, and pressed on 180 gram vinyl at QRP. New from the Impulse Acoustic Sound series, East Broadway Rundown by Sonny Rollins, and this was mastered from the original Analogue master tape by Ryan K. Smith at Sterling, and pressed on a single 180 gram LP at Quality Record Pressings. From Intervention Records, Bobby Bradford and his cousins, Freddie Ain't Ready, and this was recorded live to 2-track analog tape at East West Studios, and was produced by Joe Harley and Steve Genowick, and was mastered from the original tape by Kevin Gray at Coherent Audio, and pressed on 180 gram vinyl at RTI. From Hayden Records, Silver Street by Jacob Wendt, and this was recorded, mixed, and mastered by Paul Taverner at Big City Recording, and the lacquers were cut by Kevin Gray at Coherent Audio, and pressed on 180 gram vinyl at RTI. New from the Blue Note Classic Vinyl series, Art Blakey and the Jazz Messengers, A Night in Tunisia, and this was mastered from the original Analogue master tape by Kevin Gray at Coherent, and pressed in Germany. And from Rhino 4 more high-res Blu-ray audio discs, Graham Central Station self-titled, Duke Ellington New Orleans Suite, Bette Midler The Divine Miss M, and Bread Baby I'ma Want You. And all four of these are quadio discs, meaning they have the high-res quadraphonic mixes as well as the stereo mixes, which were sourced from the original half-inch 4-track tapes. And now we're going to go over a couple highlights from the Vinyl Vault this week. First up, a 2019 box set from New West Records, John Hiatt, Only the Song Survives, and this is an 11 LP box set spanning John Hiatt's musical career, and also includes a 48-page booklet, and this is pressed on 180 gram vinyl. Next, a 2021 box set from Vinyl Me Please, The Story of Herbie Hancock, and this is an 11 LP box set that includes 7 studio albums and 2 live albums from Herbie's career, and it is a limited numbered edition of 1,500, and as you can see, it is still sealed in the factory cardboard box. Lastly, a 2005 box from Classic Records. This is Led Zeppelin Volume 1, and it contains 200 gram pressings on Quiex SVP vinyl of Led Zeppelin's 4 early albums, 1, 2, 3, and 4 are untitled, whichever you call it, and it also includes a 45 RPM 12-inch 180 gram pressing of Stairway to Heaven, and this is also factory sealed. Back in stock this week from Rudy 6 Records, It All Comes Down to Mood by Patrick Leonard, and this is a double LP mastered for vinyl by Bob Ludwig at Gateway Mastering, and the lacquers were cut by Chris Bellman at Bernie Grunman Mastering, and was pressed at RTI. And this album was shepherded by Michael Fremer at thetrackingangle.com and The Absolute Sound, and the cover art was done by Storm, famous for the Dark Side of the Moon album cover. Up for pre-order this week from Analogue Productions, with an arrival date yet to be announced, a new hybrid stereo SACD of Greatest Hits by War, and this is mastered direct to DSD by Ryan K. Smith from the original Analogue master tapes, and we do have a version from Analogue Productions available now, a 2LP 45 RPM edition that came out earlier this year. Also up for pre-order, coming next week, November 1st, Shelly Mann and Jack Marshall, Sounds Unheard Of, and this was mastered by Bernie Grunman from the original Analogue master tape and will be pressed at Quality Record Pressings on 180 gram vinyl. Coming November 8th from the Analogue Productions Atlantic 75 series, Genesis, Nursery Crime, and this was mastered by Chris Bellman from the original Analogue master tape. And Otis Blue, Otis Redding Sings Soul, and this was mastered by Kevin Gray from the original Analogue master tape. And both of those titles are 2LP 45 RPM records pressed on 180 gram vinyl at QRP. Coming November 15th from the Bluesville Acoustic Sound series, Blind Gary Davis, Harlem Street Singer, and Jimmy Reed, I'm Jimmy Reed. And both of these titles are all analog mastered by Matthew Luthans at the Mastering Lab at Blue Heaven Studios from the original Analogue master tapes, and will be pressed at Quality Record Pressings on 180 gram vinyl. Coming December 6th from the Blue Note Tone Poet series, Freddie Roach, Good Move, and Hank Mobley, A Slice of the Top. And then coming December 13th from the Blue Note Classic Vinyl series, Grant Green Visions, and Lonnie Smith Drives. Coming November 8th from the Contemporary Records Acoustic Sound series, Ben Webster at the Renaissance, and this is mastered by Bernie Grunman from the original Analogue master tape. And then coming November 22nd from the Verve Acoustic Sound series, Mel Torme, mastered by Ryan K. Smith at Sterling Sound from the original Analogue master tapes. And both of those will be pressed on 180-gram vinyl at QRP. Other titles new to Acoustic Sounds this week, from Reprise, 2 20th anniversary editions of Green Day's album American Idiot. The first is a box set including 8 LPs, 2 Blu-ray discs, a book, a flag, and a tie. And a single edition pressed on red and black splatter vinyl, mastered from high-res transfers of the original master tape by Levi Seitz at Black Belt Studios. From Afar, Lone Justice, Viva Lone Justice. From Alligator, Tommy Castro. Tommy Castro Presents A Bluesman Came to Town on highlighter yellow vinyl. From Atlantic, Ed Sheeran, The Mathematics Tour Collection. Jason Mraz, Yes, on gold vinyl. And Crosby, Stills, Nash & Young, live at the Fillmore East, 1969. From BFD, Judy Garland, Judy at the Palace, Closing Night, 1952. From Charlie, John Coltrane, A Love Supreme, live at the 6th International Jazz Festival in Jean-Le-Pont, Antibes, France, with a replica concert poster. From Columbia, Halsey, The Great Impersonator. From Deco Music, Brian Setzer Orchestra, Guitar Slinger, on silver vinyl. From Friday Music, Al Stewart, Year of the Cat, on translucent red vinyl. From Matador, a 20th anniversary edition of Antics by Interpol on red vinyl. From Omnivore, Kelly Willis, What I Deserve. From Rhino, Whitesnake, Into the Light, Revisited, Remixed, Remastered. And Ramones, Subterranean Jungle. From the Royal Potato Family, Grace and Caps, Heartache, Misery, and Death. From Watch House, Ben Folds, Slayer. And from Easy Action, Melanie, Ballroom Streets, on mustard yellow vinyl. And now it's time for an employee pick, and this week's pick comes from Mike in Wholesale. Greg Puciato, Child Soldier, Creator of God. Greg Puciato has an interesting and versatile style that can be heard across his various bands, but this album in particular took me by surprise and blew me away. I had heard Do You Need Me to Remind You one day on the radio and was hooked. It was electric. They have hard hards and even softer softs. It's emotional in all the right places. This album has earned its spot in my collection. Thank you, Mike. Well, that wraps up the new releases this week at Acoustic Sounds for October 25th, 2024. As always, everything you saw in the video will be available on our website via links in the description below. And if you haven't already, subscribe to our YouTube channel and the email newsletter in the footer of our website, and follow us on any social media platforms that you use. We'll see you next week.
Please like and subscribe for more audiophile content.